So this is what it looks like.
I thought that I would begin this video by showing you guys how this looks during the normal daytime conditions. As you can see, it's clear enough to see some plates, make out some signs, and this does in fact record audio. So the front one is going to be 4K, the rear one is the 1080p, so you can see the kind of difference there. But overall, even at the 1080, this still looks pretty crisp. And I have no complaints, no gripes, and towards the end after installation, I'll show you guys some of the nighttime driving conditions to give a full review of what this Fitcamx is able to do on the road.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ's Garage. Today we're going to be installing a dash cam on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. I got this from Fitcam, as I said. They sent this over because they knew I was in need of a dash cam, something that I've actually been after on both of my cars. I figured that I would start with the Jeep because that's the one I do the most mileage in. So Fitcam did give me a little referral code that gives you guys a 6 or 7% discount, something along those lines. But I'm going to test this out, see what it's all about, and if it's nice, I'm probably going to get one for the BMW.
Here's a quick look at some of the different cameras that they do offer, as well as they did include a parking mode setup for me. I just didn't want to use parking mode at all, but you do have that option if you wanted something Sentry mode like the Teslas have.
The reason I like this one is because it's supposed to be plug and play, fit right in seamlessly, so you're not supposed to even notice that the dash cam's there. So we're going to be checking to see if all that is true, but right now I'm going to go ahead and just get everything unboxed. Sorry that it's not the most beautiful unboxing ever. I'm just kind of throwing everything out here so I can see what I'm dealing with. They did send me a user manual inside of this, and one of the things they say is this is so easy to use and so easy to, plug and play that anyone can do it. So if LJ can do it, I know you guys can do it. So it looks like I've got this one for the rear camera. So I've got this there. I'm worried about the wiring for the rear camera, mostly just how to route everything. So I'm hoping that maybe since this is a specific one just for the Grand Cherokee, as you can see, this fits right on the rear view mirror, so I'm just going to use the connections and the electrical that's already on the rear view camera and get everything hooked up. So that makes it pretty sweet, honestly. And it looks like everything's labeled. This is for the rear camera. So I'm going to go ahead and just read the instructions really quick and we'll hop right into things. They do already have a little install video, so I'm going to just scan the QR code.
I was pretty surprised to see that this was really the only guidance on their website for the Grand Cherokee, so I'm hoping this video will help future buyers. This installation, I would say, is somewhere around a 4 out of 10 on the difficulty scale, maybe a 3 out of 10 because there are no tools really required whatsoever. And I'll show you guys kind of what I did to make use of the pry tool that was provided with this.
So the first thing that I did, you'll see this guy, he sits like this. All I did was use a pry tool to release these two little tabs, and he was able to pop right off. So I'm going to set that to the side. So there's two ways to do this. To get to this point, I had to put the camera down because I needed two hands. What you're going to do is it sits in like this, and if you look at the top, you'll see this guy right here, this little bolt. So in here, there's going to be 3 little prongs, and they match up to this. So what I ended up doing was, you twist it to the left a little bit, and then you turn it to the center again, and it locks like this. So I turned it lefty-loosey, and then pop down, and then to put it back in, I'd match those up, and then turn to the right and lock it in place. So now I have everything loose, and then I'll go ahead and move to the next step. So this is what the cover looks like. You don't have to remove the rear view mirror the way that I did. It was just, I didn't want to yank and put too much weight on this, but this is what the cover that's holding onto that rear view mirror looks like. So it's got this little prong and then the other one right there that just snaps into place. And so this new cover is actually going to snap right into that similar spot. And if you really wanted to, just pull down and kind of pry. You could stick a pry tool in there to wiggle those loose, but you don't have to remove the whole mirror assembly like I did. So I just did that for ease. So now I can go ahead and lock this back into place, which again, all it is you see these tabs in the middle, you put them around here, line it up, twist it back to the center, and get the orientation good to go. So we're not going to touch any of those ones in the back. We're going to be taking the power from the auto dimming rear view mirror. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little Y connector, this guy, mirror's back attached, and now I can kind of give you guys a better idea of what I'm talking about with the Y plug. So this connector originally came from here and went straight into the dimming mirror. So I went ahead and I took that and I sent it to the Y plug. and then the other end of the Y plug goes into the back of the dimmer, and then the other end is going to send power to our front camera. Got that set up right there. So far so good. I'd say it's not difficult, but I wish there were more instructions, but I guess that's why they sent this to me. So I'm going to give you guys the tutorial on how to do this. There is an SD card right there. So that's pretty sweet. Then you're going to go ahead and connect the power to this, and we'll go ahead and get everything set up. Now we're right here. So as you can see, got this clipped on. I put the wire for the power to this camera off to the side in this little space here. Then I routed the one for the rear view camera over the top, because remember, we're going to reuse that little cover right here. So this rear view one is going to end up being routed up here. I'm thinking I'm going to route it up and around. Rear view camera is connected, and all I did was push this wire in. It's up along this liner. Just tuck and tuck and tuck, and like I said, they did include a pry tool, and then just feed it all the way through. You can make this a lot neater, but if you guys can see, kind of, it tucks all the way in nicely. In the back, you're gonna have this little section right here. So what I'm gonna do is, since I have so much excess wire, they gave you plenty, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna feed this extra all in here. Well, I guess I could probably make this a little prettier, but end goal is I'm gonna feed this wire in there. You could run it through here and then do all this fancy stuff to go through this grommet and up through this little panel, but I don't really think that's necessary. So what I'm gonna do, I'm okay with just a little bit of wire dangling right here. So I'm gonna measure this out, but essentially just use this little panel to hide the excess. So I'm gonna go through the app before I go ahead and secure the rear view camera. So it says go ahead and power on the device, and then we'll go ahead and through the app and walk through all that. It's connecting, it's connecting. All right, so now that this is connected, this is what it looks like on my little app. So I got my front camera looking pretty solid, and then my rear view camera is hanging and dangling. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that secured, since I got it now and I can actually see what it's looking at. And then, yeah, so we'll touch bases in a sec. So now I've got everything back together. Ugh, you guys can see it, pretty seamless, pretty nice, pretty good looking installation overall. No complaints, no issues. It's not the best lighting, sorry, but you can see I got the wire tucked all the way around. You really can't see it at all. And then in the back, just that little tiny little wire sticks down. I could probably come up with a better way to fix that, but for me, it doesn't really bother me too much. So looking in that rear view mirror, you can see a little tiny bit of that wire sticking down right there. But overall, this is definitely plug and play. So this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I forgot to tuck that little red wire, but otherwise, nice little dash cam. Pretty cool little setup right there, and we'll take it on the road and see what it does. So there are a lot of cool settings in here. So, you know, you can set it to when it rewrites, and the cool thing is this gives you a 128 gigabyte SD card, so you can see right there, good bit of size. And let's show you guys what everything looks like. So this is the front camera. I'm going to show you guys obviously the real footage, not just from my phone. Back camera, pretty easy there, you can see both. But yeah, let's drive around and see what it captures. did go ahead and turn the audio on, but I'm probably not going to record any audio. I don't really think that's that important. Maybe if I were to get in an accident and maybe say that someone says that I didn't honk when I did, that could be an issue. But otherwise, I don't really know if I really need the audio. If you guys are interested, go ahead and click the link. It's definitely plug and play, and it's definitely an easy installation. So I would give this, on the difficulty scale, I would give this a 3, maybe a 4. I love the idea of having a dash cam, and I'm pretty excited that Fitcam wanted to work with me, and now you guys can see what it's all about. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Enjoy the footage, the B-roll, the test quality. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below, hit the link, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Easy as that.